I still have another 2 hours before I go on shift, but I was woken up with some serious rocking and rolling and splashing, and you can detect flashes through the screens here in the cabin. And we're going through a major squall. We had taken our sails down because we anticipated this through the night, but still it's not really the best sleeping weather, and I'm tired. And I'm gonna try to get some sleep, and I'll be on watch in 2 hours.
Right now we are off the coast of Virginia, the Virginia Beach area, making our way towards the Chesapeake Bay. And it's been this way, fogged in for the last couple of hours. And it's nice that we have AIS so we can see other boats, but the problem becomes is when you find those boats that don't have AIS. So I have to keep a vigilant eye out as I'm sitting here on my shift for the morning.
2 hours later.
And we are still socked in with this fog. It's I think it's like 10:30 in the morning, and it's like we're in this little 200-yard bubble that surrounds us of nothing but fog.
Good job! Did you go potty?
That's the second time I've seen a similar kind of balloon, like kind of get like at Walmart or the grocery store, just floating around. Crazy shit. We are coming into Mobjack Bay. We're gonna get some work done, warranty stuff at Zimmerman's. But here's a classic example of men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I am practically half clothed.
One pair of shorts.
A pair of shorts, whereas Anne,
Smart wool.
and good comforter.
Lowered the back end of the dinghy to drain the water from all the rain last night, and look at that shackle, totally broken. So I'm glad that didn't happen under passage. Fortunately, we do have more shackles, but that means I have to re-splice that line to get it on. Okay, we're bringing our boat into Zimmermans Mathews. Dennis got the short straw, so he's at the helm. You nervous?
Nah, got this.
That's right. That's
Chesapeake mud.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's really, really shallow. We even bottomed out with our dinghy, but we're at high tide because that sign you can see out there in the distance. Once the bottom of that sign touches the water, there's supposedly enough, but we have to go between those two little sticks. Well, two on the right, one on the left, way up there, and it's a bit nerve-wracking.
We just arrived at Zimmermans Marina here in Mathews, Virginia. We'll probably get hauled out tomorrow morning, get some work done. Primarily 3 things that they're going to work on for us is getting our electric furler replaced, and then also the 2 leaks that we think we have, one in the port blackwater through hull, and then the other one is something's going on in the starboard engine room. He thinks it might be a leak coming through the water muffler.
An exciting day. We're getting our first haul out, and they're about to take us out. This trailer is going to back into the water and right up to our boat and bring her out for a haul out. What's your name?
Justin. So it's about a 20-minute process. We'll get you on the trailer, and so for about the next hour and a half we'll have you on the hard. We have to do pressure wash into your boat, check a few things on the rudders and make sure everything's good. Look for damages in the fiberglass once we haul you out. Then we'll put you on foam blocks and get you a ladder and get you all set up, and you'll be ready to board the boat back again.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. GTFO is the best one yet on this yard.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sweetie in German.
Oh, boat dog.
Yeah, she's a great boat dog. She's done almost 9,000 miles.
That's amazing.
We ordered 2 more of these Big Joe beanbag filling because it's amazing how deflated our beanbags became already. Now the problem you can see with this stuff, it like sticks to everything. There's all this static. And thanks to Google, if you add sodium bicarbonate, baking soda, it takes care of the issues and keeps it from sticking. But we did notice for the first month or so, every time you sit on the beanbags, you go poof, and white powder comes everywhere. Did we get a big enough load from Big Joe? Let's see.
Like totally up your skirt.
What?
Totally up your skirt.
It's a squirt. It doesn't count. I don't know.
Yeah,
Seems
good.
pretty good.
When you're filling up your bag with Big Joe's load, sometimes it gets all over the place. And you just got to clean that up. The electrician is working on replacing our Facnor electric furler with a Selden electric furler. We've had some better reviews from that from other owners, and so hopefully that'll fix the issue of our repeated failures with this electric furler. I know some people aren't a big fan of it, but we would like it because it's just one less thing you have to do going up front during crappy weather. But eventually all that'll get tidied up and we will have our boat back in order, as well as a functioning furler.
So we got Roger, who is amazing, working to the nth hour tonight on Wednesday so we can be hauled out at 0500 Thursday. So I'm just holding a button. I'm working really hard right here.
What are we doing in Home Depot?
Trying to find a fly swatter. We've been looking everywhere. Target, Walmart, now we're at Home Depot. What the heck? Do people not buy fly swatters anymore? We found it! And they have multiple colors apparently. A red and black. So I guess we'll do black. Then you'll see the bug guts.
Oh.
The things you get excited about.
You can see like there's a bubble of sorts. It's definitely not just the vinyl. It's something with the fiberglass right here. And you can see it. There's one. And there's another one a little bit higher up. But they're tough to see.
What you doing?
We're at Zimmermans, Mathews, Virginia. We're going to be on the hard for a couple of days. So we're going to defrost the Helm Fridge, turn it off. And as I was just putting some things away, you can tell it's been in need of defrosting for quite some time.
Doing sexy.
A project that I think is not a priority.
But we learned in class it is a priority. And Roger said it's not that hard.
The last few ones got removed. If it is 5 right on out.
Okay, we're checking for space. Anne is optimistic. Dennis is not.
Big issue. It's gonna be
Getting it in there.
putting the foam on the side. Your opening's not gonna allow you to slide anything.
Oh, so
You
you
know
have
what I'm
to.
saying? So you'd have to take the fridge out and almost insulate a box in here.
Yeah,
To slide in.
there.
'Cause like I said, there is a gap, yeah.
Yeah, but then it goes
But like I
only to
said-
as far as the power box, the outlet.
Okay. Would you like a measuring tape? Only
but-
space here, but you said space over here?
Well, there's space in between these two units, but the problem is they've already slotted this for ventilation.
Yeah,
Oh.
air ducting.
So if you're
air
putting,
ducting.
I don't know how much more insulation. I mean, you can slap another thing on there, but to his
Yeah.
point,
You want to be able to slide it
you
in then.
can slide it back in.
Yeah, that'd be the issue.
Yeah.
Because the cutout's got to be,
Yeah.
it had that lip on it.
Yeah.
So like I said, I mean, you might be able to mount some maybe to the wall to help a little, but
Yeah.
I don't see that really adding a lot of.
No.
No.
On the
Yeah,
sides,
yeah,
it won't
Because
add a lot.
even you have a little bit of a gap on the top and underneath there,
Mhm.
but then you could do strips, but that's about it. And then now I don't know what you're getting out of
And
it.
that's where I'm at. I don't see you gaining much after
Yeah.
it's doing all that.
We're not doing this project. Dennis is relieved. Roger just saved him.
Hours.
He is heading to the water. We are in a splash tomorrow at 0500 and head to Hampton, Virginia.
So I was trying to pull our dinner out of the microwave, and it spilled all over the place, and sort of trying to clean it.
He's got skills.
And because I have to wear these stupid freaking reading glasses, I bend over to put.
Oh,
It's like, what the fuck? I mean,
He's so nasty.
so nasty. So something else we discovered is that all of our ports, minus maybe one or two, are starting to have some corrosion right about there. So when we come back in the fall, we're gonna have to have all those replaced. It's a Lewmar issue, not a balance issue, but balance is gonna do the work. For our boat, that's gonna mean up to 14 different ports that are gonna have to get replaced. While we are on the hard, I'm gonna take advantage of this situation to change the sail drive oil, because I changed the regular oil at the 250 service, but wasn't able to get the suction enough that I can get the oil out from inside the engine compartment. But since we're on the hard, I'm gonna do it from here. So what I gotta do is unscrew this, and then there's a socket of sorts, and then that'll have the oil drain out. I have my oil container ready. And then once I do all that and get that drain cleaned up, then I can go back into the engine compartment and refill from up there. The owner's manual talks about when you're out and you have access to it from underneath, removing the screw, removing the socket, and then using like a hand oil pump to replace and refill it. However, when your boat is still in the water, you can change it from the engine room much easier. And what it talks about here is just removing the dipstick and then refilling the oil that way. So I don't have a little hand pump to refill it. So what I'm gonna do is drain it from down here, since I'm on the hard. But then I'm gonna go back into the engine room and refill it that way. So we're still on the hard here in Zimmermans. Today is turning out to be one of those days where all the projects that I want to start and do just aren't working for me. I wanted to change the oil in the sail drive. I'm having challenges getting the oil out. So I was going to go underneath since we're on the hard, but I can't get the screw to open. So I'll put some PB Blast on, hopefully that'll work it out. Then I wanted to go change the charcoal filter because it's been 6 months for the water maker, but that thing is freaking tight on there as can be. So another fail on a project for today thus far. So I'll do an easy project. And what I'm gonna do is take our last remaining fuel can that has fuel in it and put it in the port engine. Having the auto siphon makes it easy because you just connect it to the fuel tank or to the fuel can. Get yourself a funnel, close the white cap up top there, and give it a good couple squeezes. And then you've got your fuel flowing to where you want it to go. So I got this screw off finally. And there you can see, draining the oil. And like I said earlier, I can do it from inside the engine room, but I'm not gonna get as much of the oil out. So I'd much rather do it here because it gets much more of the oil out. And also because, you know, all that sediment's gonna settle down towards the bottom. It's gonna help clear that out, whereas doing it from the engine room, it's gonna try to suck it out from the top, which is not as effective. I'll tell you to pop this off and then run your suction to your oil extractor, because that tube goes down to the sump. But as I already showed, did the opposite. Actually pulled it from the bottom of the sail drive because you get more oil out. And then the fill, you just go in where the dipstick is. That would normally be right about there. Once I do that, then I'll check, make sure we got enough Earl. All right, if you recall, we had a leak, we believe, coming through our black water discharge. So we're here at Zimmerman's, and it looks like they've disconnected the black water hose from the through hull. I don't know, it doesn't look like they've completely taken it out just yet. You can see he's got his tools down here. But so they're gonna have to take the through hull completely out and then reset it, rebed it, and then reconnect everything. And then when we go back in the water, do a pressure check and make sure that it's not leaking anymore. So that'd be nice. Here's another couple examples with the copper coat just flaking off in these big chunks. So you can see that it wasn't installed properly. Like this big flake. So hopefully we'll get into a yard that can do it properly and then get that copper coat, because it's supposed to be really good when applied properly and last upwards of 10 years. Here you can get a much better look at that broken daggerboard, what that looks like. Especially up in here, into that cavity.
GoTFO was just about to splash, and then all of a sudden they changed gears, brought the lines back, and then headed back up, because apparently there's some old railroad tracks there and they have to be just on target, centered between them by inches to get the boat in.
Inches make the difference?
Inches do make the difference. And we are finally leaving Zimmerman's. We got our 3 little things fixed, well, partially fixed. They're going to come back Monday in Smithfield to meet us to finish our electric furler. So we have about a 4-hour motor fest, because it's all into the wind, to get to Hampton, Virginia, our next anchorage. Bye, Zimmerman's! We'll be back in a little while, a few months.